Good afternoon. Good afternoon. How you doing? Welcome back to Taste of Flavorful Culture. And today we're going to do a simple crab cake. Simple crab cake. This is the starter show, lump crab. And let's get with it. All right. We're going to start off with some mayo. You don't have to be any particular type of mayo, but the mayo more or less adds fat, okay? We're going in with at least with a cup of mayo, okay? Once you're going with that, we're going in with 2 eggs. Some people just use 1 egg, but I usually go in with 2. Then from there you're going in with your seasonings. You can use like the Old Bay. I don't have any Old Bay, but this is a Chesapeake brand. It's more like a Maryland style. They more use the Old Bay, but this is Chesapeake. What you want to use is at least I would say roughly a 1/4 teaspoon. You just want flavor. You don't want to go too heavy because I'm gonna put this away. You don't want to go too heavy because really and truly the saltine crackers already have salt, okay? Then we're going in with a little bit of black pepper. Under a 1/4 teaspoon. We're going in with a little bit of onion powder, same thing. Roughly a 1/4 teaspoon. And onion flavor, onion powder brings out flavor in everything. No matter what you cooking, onion flavor is the beast. Going with a little bit of garlic powder, less than a 1/4 teaspoon. And then this is the crazy part. People look at you like you're nuts. You're going in with a little bit of mustard, okay? Just a squirt. Okay, just a little squirt, nothing much. That gives it the kick, all right? And also, this is a little unconventional, but this will surprise a lot of people. I'm just going in with a little bit of green seasoning. Normally what I would do is take my onions, peppers, and maybe some shallots or a little bit of garlic or whatever, and I'll saute it down. And then I'll go ahead and, mix up everything once it's cooled down. But I'm just going in with a little bit of green seasoning. It just gives it some more flavor, a little more depth, all right? I'm gonna throw this back in the refrigerator. This is a green seasoning I actually made the other day. And this is my first time actually using it. Stays refrigerated. And it can stay refrigerated for up to like 6 months or so, I try to stay a little organized. And we also going in with a little bit of lemon juice. Just a splash. You don't want it too sour. The crab meat itself has a little sweetness in it. So that will kind of cover it up. But most seafood, you gotta have a little lemon in there. See, I'm going in with a little bit, just a splash. It's a tiny, tiny splash, nothing to talk about. Once I got that, then I'm going ahead with my whisk. I'm gonna whisk it all together. Make sure I incorporate everything. All right. Put this aside. And then from there, I'm going in with my crab meat. This is a pound of lump crab meat. 16 ounces, 1 pound. And then what I'm going to do is just simply break it up a little bit. And make sure your hands are clean when you're doing this, okay? Now, with this, you can actually use saltine crackers. You can use breadcrumbs. You can use, a matter of fact, the Ritz crackers. It really, really brings another depth to it because you got that buttery flavor. You're going in with just enough. And I would say that was maybe a quarter or a little more cup of breadcrumbs. And I'm just going in here gently. And I'm just slowly mixing it. Okay? Now normally I do have like breadcrumbs, the seasoned Italian breadcrumb. But today I'm just going to change it up a little bit. I'm going in with a little more of the crackers. This is basically a little less than 3/4 of a pack of crackers. Okay? Just mix this up. Now this way, I can add some more to it, but what I do, I mix it like this because my wife, she likes it like this. So this is the way I make it for her. You can use a little bit less, but what I'm gonna do, the reason why it's so wet, is gonna go in the refrigerator, and what happened, the breadcrumbs or the crackers, whatever you use, is gonna soak it all up. Okay? And what I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna cover this over and I'm gonna put it into the refrigerator. Be right back. It's gonna sit in the refrigerator for maybe 10-15 minutes. Alright, we're back. We had the mixture sitting in the refrigerator for about 15 minutes. And as you can see, tighten up some. What I'm gonna do now, I'm gonna take my little scoop and I'm gonna scoop it out. Once I scoop it out, I'm gonna put it into the back into the refrigerator. This is just my little sheet pan that I use when I'm smoking meat sometime. I just put a piece of parchment paper over top, and we go into town. Get my little scoops. Don't want it too big. I think that's fine. Alright, depending on the size, you should be able to get at least maybe eight out of this. Of course, if you go with a smaller scoop, you should be able to get a little more. I made them a little big, but let's see how much I get out of it. Now, if I actually had took my time and, actually scoop them all the way out the way, the average person would, you probably get a little more, but me, I like mine a little on the chubby side. And what I'm going to do is just go and press the top, use the top of the scoop, and just flatten it on a little bit, not too flat. And then I'm going to put this bad boy back into the refrigerator to get a little cool, okay? Now, the reason why I'm going to put it in the refrigerator, you want to keep it nice and firm, okay? So when it goes into the oven, it's not going to fall apart. So right now, I'm going to put this back, I'm going to cover it over, I'm going to put it back in the refrigerator for another 10 minutes or so. And then during that time, I'm going to have my oven preheated to maybe 350 degrees, okay? All right, be right back. 10 minutes gone by. I'm gonna go ahead and get these bad boys out of the refrigerator. The timer just went off. Well, not the timer, but the alert just went off for the oven. And this is how these bad boys look. And I'm gonna go ahead and put them in the oven. I have the oven set at 385. I'm gonna put them in there for about 15 minutes. And probably at the 12 minute mark, I'm gonna go ahead and check on it, but I'm gonna let it run for 15. Okay? Of course, my kids. All right. That's in the oven. Alexa, set a timer for 15 minutes.
15 minutes, starting now.
All right. At the 12-minute mark, we're going to come back to this and we're going to check it. But let's talk a little minute. We went ahead, we did the lump crab meat. You don't want to go in and mix too hard because you're going to break up the crab meat. And lump crab meat is kind of a little pricey. I went in with very little seasoning. I was very light on the seasoning because the crab is a star. You don't want to add a whole lot of stuff to it, overpowering the crab. You just go a little bit at a time. That green seasoning, that's a Caribbean staple. It has onions, it has peppers in it, it has a little bit of thyme in it, it has garlic in it. It has a little bit of everything in there. So I went in with like a teaspoon and I mixed it all in. That thing, man, I put that bad boy in the oven. I can't wait to taste these stuff. But what it's gonna do, it's gonna add a little depth to the flavor. It's gonna intensify the flavor, but it's not gonna cover up the taste of the crab. It's not gonna mask the crab. You're still gonna taste your crab. At the end of it, what I'm gonna do, I have a stick of butter. I'm just having it chill here for a minute, and I will pop it in the microwave, and I'm gonna let it melt up. And at the end, I'm just gonna pour the butter on it. All right, we'll be right back. Get you a snack or something. We'll be back in about maybe 12 minutes. All right, we're back. They've been cooking for a total of 16 minutes. And I'm about to pull them out of the oven. And I'm going to tell you this. You are going to be drooling. Alright. These, let's see how they look. These should be gorgeous. Woo! Nice. Got a nice golden color on the top. You don't want them cooked too long because you don't want to dry them out. And the amount of fat that's actually in here, when I say fat, I mean like the mayo. It's going to keep that amount, is actually what keeps it from drying out. Okay? Alexa, cancel. All right. Sometimes you can't rely on a timer. You gotta just go by feel. Now, with these, I hope you can actually see these. These are gorgeous. Okay? These are gorgeous. What you can do is take a little bit of butter, clarified butter, or just regular butter, and just drizzle it over the top. What it's going to do is it's going to suck it all up, and it's going to add a nice buttery flavor to these crab cakes. What you can do also, melt a little butter, and you can eat your crab cakes, just dip them in a little bit of butter. Or you could make a simple aioli sauce and put over them. It will be perfect. It's going to sit here, it's going to suck up the butter. I like mine buttery. Hence is why sometimes I use the Ritz crackers. You can put these back in the oven for a few minutes and just let the heat, let everything melt in, but I'm not going to do that. They're fine just the way they are. Like I said, you make a quick aioli sauce and you put on these bad boys. If you doing like a dinner party or something and you just want to make some appetizers, 30 minutes, 35 minutes the most. You use a smaller scoop. You get way more out of this. And these are more like dinner size. People take them to make a little sandwich with them. They just pick on them as a snack. Me, like I said, I make a little aioli sauce, or I take a little bit of butter and I put it in there. Man, I'm gonna tell you, this, look at this. This is what I've been waiting for. This is what I've been waiting for. My wife likes it a little more crunchy on top, but I don't like it crunchy. If she wants, she can toss one into the oven and just let it go. But I don't want to dry out my crab. You can see the nice lump crab right there. I didn't break it all up. A couple little pieces, of course, you don't get breaking up or broken up, but yeah. This is what it looks like. Nice. This is good for dinner, events, whatever. Events, like I said, if you're doing appetizers, you make them a lot smaller. Use a smaller scoop. Put them in the oven, let them go, make a aioli sauce. Or some kind of crab dipping sauce. It's up to you. Whatever you want to do with it. Alright? Thank you for joining. I hope you try this recipe. Subscribe, comment, share, like, and join us back again for the next video. Have a good one.